Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Therapists Deserve Abundance podcast. This is an epic evening, primarily because I made a huge announcement on my Instagram page and through my email list, inviting people out to celebrate the $1 million podcast. And so I can't believe that I'm saying this, y'all. And so as you're tuning in live, potentially also via replay or just finding this on YouTube or email or through Instagram later, I want to thank you for tuning in. And without further ado, because I know that it's late in the evening on the East Coast, I want to go ahead and get started. So, my name is Dr. TK, and from time to time, I do host a live podcast on YouTube. And depending on the topic, I may go live versus a pre recorded video. And so, this episode really pricked my heart, primarily because, as you could imagine, it's a very huge milestone in my business, in our business. And I was able to get here by servicing people that I love to serve. And so I have two different sides of my business. One is for mental health, in which I currently serve the reentry population, along with serving some of my existing clients pre-2020 era. And, that's primarily women who are battling with grief and loss, anxiety, and honestly, just in general life transition. But I primarily do a lot of my work in the community with nonprofits in which people come back from the jail or prison system. And we do also transitional age youth in certain programs. But I also have a coaching business. And so the 7 figures that we're going to be talking about tonight in lessons learned are specifically from the coaching business. Okay. So let me just make sure that everybody can hear me. Put a 1. Okay, I see people already talking back to me. So cool. Y'all can hear me good before I get started, because I don't want to be dropping all these nuggets and then y'all like, yo, I can't hear you. If anything glitches out, let me know. All right. So I did write down some notes because I want to make sure that I cover everything. You will see some transitions with me sharing some information on my screen. Okay. So I'm going to call this like the CEO report of October 2022. These are like my numbers. And in our community, I highly encourage all of the clinicians to know their numbers. So I'm first going to break down a timeline of how this happened. And then I'm also going to share some things on the screen with you so that you can see the journey and see also lessons learned that I will plug on the screen. Okay. So these are some big things that happened in my CEO report for October 2022. Okay. So one thing that I recognized, I'm going to say 2 years ago, was that even though I do my numbers, I had a really had past tense. I had a really hard time being able to talk about big successes in business out loud, like on social media. I didn't want to come off like a person who's trying to drop clout. I didn't want to come off like a person who's not humble. And some of you may have heard the story, but when I had my first 50K month in July of 2020, my husband had told me, why is it that you're having a hard time, releasing this information? And I had told him, and he said, maybe they need to see what's possible in so many words. And I'm like, okay, personal development, you be listening to my stuff. Okay. And so like my coaching stuff. And so I went ahead and released it. And I typically release big milestones like this, or how I did in the year, usually in December during that CE workshop. But this was like too much to hold on to. But bottom line is, what I'm getting to is that it took me a process to be okay with sharing success around financial gain. And I think it's primarily, honestly, if I look at my own psychology, is from how I grew up. I grew up in a very work ethic, potentially 2 jobs or more home. They valued, saving money, stacking money, investing money just looked a little different. Not the way that I invest my money now. But bottom line is, we didn't really talk about how do you save and stack money. They just said, have a good credit score and then get a home, right? So I really wasn't taught how to talk about being rich. I actually wasn't even given permission, if you have children, that it's okay to be rich, or it's okay to want to be wealthy. It's okay to have wealth, whether it is intangible or tangible. And so I recognized that early on in my professional career that was a problem. So because I wasn't really open to talking about numbers, I started to do more of it, but honestly, still within my community. From time to time, if it's something big, I will release it to Instagram probably once a year, literally. Okay. So to give you an idea of the things that I've implemented and tried, some of them are still available, some of them are not, as it relates to what was included in this $1 million journey. I'm gonna take you back to 2014. In 2014, that's when I started to tap into digital products. It really was in addition to my therapy work. So it wasn't coaching, it was just making digital products for people who couldn't afford to go to therapy. Like I was already on that train in terms of my mindset, right? And then in 2016, that's when I started to coach therapists a little in public, but not like on social media or anything. And again, I really flew under the radar. I was referral process only, meaning interns that were at my office, if they had a job and their friends wanted to talk to me about the private practice world, that's what I would do, is just like talk to people, right? And then in 2018, that's when I took it seriously, primarily because somebody said, yo, I want to pay you to help me leave my job in 30 days. And so after 2018, and of course, between this, I'm not going to go into all of this because this is what was in one of my previous podcast episodes on how I reached $830,000. So you can kind of see like how close I was getting. And that was in June of this year. I became really serious in 2018. And that's when I really started to highly invest in masterminds and specific programs to help me launch a program. But one of the things that I was missing was that I never was taught by a therapist. And so on one hand, the information that all of my coaches taught me was phenomenal. However, I had to slow down my process in order to apply the things that we know we can and cannot do according to our board, right? Like for me, it's board of psychology. So in 2019, I ended up launching my first group cohort and saw it all the way through. That's key because I'm gonna come back to that in July of 2019. That was the birth of the first cohort of the Dope Therapist Academy. Okay. Then in December 2019, talk about paperwork. I then decided to tell my CPA, I'm going all the way with this coaching thing. I'm about to promote, I'm about to market, I'm about to make multi six figures, even though I only had one launch of like $12,000. And I had just sent her my 5-year plan. And I said, we need to go ahead and incorporate, because she said that I should not incorporate until I reach a certain threshold with revenue. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to hit it. Right. That's what I told her. Thank goodness I went with my intuition, because we all know what happened in 2020. And if you were on your P's and Q's, your business skyrocketed, especially in the mental health field, or for me, serving mental health providers wanting their own businesses. And so in December, I incorporated, and I wanted to see how long it would take me to hit $1 million. That was the goal that I had for myself. I wanted to hit $1 million in like cash collected, not just projected, like not just, oh, I had a $50,000 launch, but I only have $20,000 of that in the bank account. Like, no, I wanted $1 million to flow through my accounts. I wanted to see it. I don't care how long it took. I was going to stay the course, but that was my first goal. And so in January, I started to host in 2020 random mental health workshops, business for therapists workshops, business for everybody workshops. I really hope that you can see the trend. I was just randomly doing things. Okay. And then all of a sudden, when the March situation happened in California, but everywhere else as well, I decided to move up the cohort for my launch that I was only going to have twice that year, the Dope Therapist Academy. And I chose to have it in May. So I launched the first cohort in that year under my corporation. And that's when I said, let the games begin. Because I'm like, I'm incorporated, I'm an S Corp. I want to see how long it's going to take this business entity structure from today of me being hella serious to make $1 million. Put a one in the comment box if you understand that path, right? And goal setting is vitally important. Write the vision down and make it plain and share it with positive people. Okay. So in May, I launched the first cohort of the Dope Therapist Academy, at least for the new year. I was already serious, but I got serious on a whole nother level because I saw the need of a lot of mental health therapists. So understand your client avatar and listen to them. If they're telling you that they need something, don't just go out there and create products because you think it's a good product. If nobody wants to buy it, it doesn't matter how great it is because you ain't about to make no money. And if you don't make money, you have a nonprofit. Okay. And if that's not your goal, then you ain't got no business. Okay. So I got serious. I focused on one niche versus just random people who want to open a business. And then I went all in on therapists. And I said, I want to focus one leg of my business on growth, which is the Private Practice Academy. Then I want to focus one area of my business on scalability. Hence, that was the mastermind. Okay. So in 2020, I had already went into the year thinking I'm going to launch this mastermind because I had already tried to do it in 2019 and then it just did not work out. Okay. So I was receiving random checks from like various work. But what I was doing, I'm sorry, I wasn't receiving random. Well, I was receiving random checks, but what I meant by random checks, as I'm looking at my notes, is that I was doing random checks in my PayPal and Stripe. I was also looking at my money comparison between Samcart and Kajabi because those are my two shopping carts. Like Samcart is where we process the payments for our digital products, and then Kajabi, we randomly may do some things in there for sales, but we really just use Kajabi for the online course portal. That is just my personal choice in my business. So I saw the projection hit $1 million back in June. And those of you who were there with me when I shared the $830,000, if your memory serves you, I put the number on the screen, but I said this is projected, meaning we're waiting for this money to hit the account. What projected means, just so you know, the digital product world, if somebody says that I had a $50,000 launch, they may have a $50,000 launch, but they have money collected and then they have projected revenue based on a payment plan from their clients. So a lot of people aren't going to break this down for you, but I'm going to tell you. Okay. So I wanted to see all of the projected, AKA crossover $1 million. Okay. So I am going to do a screen share, and what I want to do is show you all. Now, this is something that we shared at the conference, and we did it like briefly, but I just want you to see it again if you were at the conference, or if you weren't, then here you go. So let me actually remove this podcast banner. Okay. So I want you to see if you notice the trends. Okay. So this was back from January 2020 to December 31st, 2020. So I love shopping carts. Even Stripe shows you this, but this is Samcart. This does not include other money that was earned. The first cohort of DTA, this doesn't count Kajabi. This is only Samcart. Okay. So from January 1st, 2020 to December, some of you've seen this. So I usually ask, what do you see? Okay. And the main thing that most people saw was that there are some random spikes. But it looks like if we're looking at spikes in terms of consistency, my revenue is not consistent. Okay. My revenue was not consistent. It was coming, but it really started to boom in July. Well, what happened in July? In July is when I had that first 50K month. But in May is when I launched GTA with 16 students. After that, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. And then, of course, in November to December 31st, it was like over, right? So some takeaways that occurred during my recap of showing this to my mastermind students is that some of the things that I put in place, I won't read all of these, but in summary, the things that I put in place to have a 436% quantum leap in the year of 2020 is that I recognize that my energy is different clearly when I go live. When I'm in front of people, it's different, right? I also have my standard operating procedures so that I can launch appropriately. I invested in the Facebook ads, not a lot of money, but I still started. I invested in a team. I invested in consultants or contractors like copywriters, okay? And then I also invested in my systems. And so look what happened. Because I did all those investments throughout the year, then if we look at January 2021 to December of 2021, what do you notice about the spikes? Way more consistent and higher. The higher they are, if you see on the left, that talks about the cash collected, not projected. That's just the money that's coming in. So what happened compared to 2020 is that I only spent $3,000 in ads. I had already spent $12,000 in ads in the whole year of 2021, which is still not a lot of money considering how much I can generate, but it was enough money for me at that time. Again, I doubled down with copywriting. So instead of spending 2,000, I spent 10,000. I continue to invest in coaching programs like masterminds. I upgraded my systems. But please keep in mind that I still was averaging 80K a year in my mental health business, working 10 hours a month. So in the previous slide, you may not have been able to see it, but in 2020, my private practice still generated six figures because of what was happening in 2020. Okay. In 2021, I said I need to slow it down because I'm doing more in coaching. But what I did is I moved from one-to-one services to more one-to-many, meaning when clients got off of my caseload, I did not replace them. I did not replace them. That's vitally important if you're trying to taper down. But I didn't taper down until I had systems already in place and sales already happening. Now, the reason why this slide only says July is because that's at the time where I shared it with my mastermind students. This was to me a very big indicator of the definition of scale on paper. I can all day long say I'm scaling my business, which means that I'm working less while earning more. But when I saw this, I was like, yo, let me show y'all. Okay. So look, the first year, $139,000 in 12 months, right? The second year, $423,000 cash collected. This year, I did almost 800,000. If we're talking about like projected, almost $700,000 projected, right? Then look at this one. This is this year. By July, I was already at $307,000. Okay. What do you notice about the spikes? The spikes got higher. They stayed consistent. Okay. So I hope that you're picking up certain words. Okay. So my Facebook ads, what I spent in Facebook ads in 2021 for the whole year, I was already at for half of the year. But I also hired a consulting team to run my Facebook ads. Okay. I didn't do it myself. I continue to invest in myself for coaching programs, finishing up masterminds. I made more investments in my team, enrolling them into courses, hiring people, upgrading, promoting people, paying people more because they're doing a great job. So I'm giving back, not just to my clients, but I'm also giving back to my team. My team is what helps me scale. Put a one in the comment box if that makes sense. You cannot scale by yourself. You cannot duplicate yourself. I also increase delegation. So look at the bottom. It says mental health business depends on my energy. So what does that mean? That means that I'm no longer even working 10 hours a month. I'm working when I feel like it. If I want to go into a collaboration, I'm going to let them know how many hours I can work, not how many hours they need me for. And if they tell me what they need me for, I'm going to double back and I'm going to let them know what I can and cannot do. And unfortunately, if it doesn't work out, guess what? It don't work out. Okay. So let me go back to full screen. All right. So I hope that all makes sense. Okay. So let's speed things up. So when I was sitting on my couch on October 18th, I was, I think, looking for some clothes or something for like a trip, like putting together a Pinterest board or something. And I received a download that said, check your numbers, because me and my husband checked them on our last trip, and I was literally like $5,000 away. And then it slipped my mind, out of sight, out of mind, right? I mean, it's there, but I ain't checking it every day. And so I'm sitting on the couch like 2-3 weeks ago, October 18th, and a whisper came over randomly and said, check your numbers, right? So that's exactly what I did, is I checked my numbers. Okay. Sorry. So what some of you may have seen on Instagram today is this. Okay. So this is what I posted on Instagram. So what's pretty dope, you can't see the whole snapshot, but it was really funny to me. This was taken at on October 18th at 8:18. If you know anything about me, I love my digits. And I showed it to my husband today. I said, do you recognize anything about the time and the number? And he was like, double digits or whatever. I'm like, yeah, 888. What does 888 mean, everybody? If you know, it means abundance. A lot of stuff is coming to you. Just look it up. Angel numbers. I ain't saying you got to get all into it, but I'm just saying, like, look it up. And I really pay attention to things that are happening around me and for me. Okay. So as of October 18th, from January 20 to October 18th, my business was able to cross over the $1 million mark. And yay, I hit my first goal. So put a 2 in the comment box if that is your goal for yourself. Not, I mean, it could be for your mental health business. And truth be told, if we sit here and talk about our mental health business, a lot of us have crossed over $1 million if we look at all the years that we've put in into the mental health field. But I want to challenge you to hit a income goal in your business, not at a job, in your business. Okay. So let me keep going. All right. So again, that doesn't count. Just to give you some perspective, the number that you saw, 1,000,005, does not count the Therapists Deserve Abundance conference sales because that was all done through Kajabi. Memberships that I've had through Kajabi. It doesn't count some other areas that clearly it's November, right? It also doesn't count projected revenue that I am going to make our company for 2023 based off of payment plans that were set up in 2022. So if we were to do a quick summary of 2023, we can expect already about $250,000 just available, right? As long as everybody pay their payment and are infidelity with integrity of their money. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to share my takeaways, because I think this is the biggest portion of what I want you to take from this podcast episode. And then stay to the end because I have a huge announcement related to the conference, because I know I've been itching, about like getting information. So let's go into the lessons learned. Okay. So lesson number 1 is stay the course. And so pretty straightforward. When you start something, please finish it, y'all. Stay to it until the end. If you like it and it doesn't pan out to the way that you would like it, do it again. If I believe that DTA was right the first time I launched it, DTA will probably be closed because technology would have outpaced me. I mean, hell, the first portal that we had it in, y'all, shut down during 2020. Imagine if all of my intellectual property were in that portal and I never downloaded it and moved it over because I ain't paying attention, right? So lesson 1 is stay the course, finish. Lesson number 2, I had to become a 7-figure earner in my mind first. So that doesn't mean that I'm going out splurging money like my business is making $1 million. It also doesn't mean that I got $1 million sitting in my bank account, because if you know anything about business, you gonna put back in sometimes what you make, right? Especially in the first few years. I'm not saying that all $1 million went in, but my $1 million that I made includes overhead. Overhead includes payroll for me and my team every single month, consultants, DTA coaches, affiliates, systems, investments, coaching programs. Like, that's a couple of $100,000, right? So make sure that you are adopting a 7-figure mindset or a $250,000 mindset. Whatever your number is that you have, it's your number, and don't let nobody take that away from you. Okay. Number 3, invest where you're going, not where you are. Let me repeat that again. Invest where you are going, not where you are. So if I simply just stopped today and said, I'm not doing no more investments, I'm good. Well, what's going to happen to the TK that wants to make $3 million, $5 million, like multi-million dollars in a calendar year, right? What's going to happen to that? Like, my mindset that I'm at now is not going to be very receiving of that. And you're going to see why in a second. Okay. Number 4, don't share your vision with small-minded people. Don't share your vision with family members who don't understand business. Don't share your vision with individuals who about to question your finances, asking you, like family members. I love them to death, but the first thing that come out of some of their mouths is, oh, is the money in the bank. And I know they don't mean any harm by it, but they don't know launch style business, right? So share your vision with people who will share your joy. So I want to share something that actually happened, and some of you are in this club with me, so you know about it. I went to Orlando to meet with my mentor in a group at a Wealth Accelerator, right? I was in her 24K mastermind for like 4 years. So what I end up doing, I walked into the room knowing that I already hit $1 million. Okay. I went out there like on the 28th or something like that. So I went into the room already knowing that I hit 7 figures. Clearly the freaking workshop is on 7 figures, right? So I so badly want to tell her and her team, hell, the whole room for that matter, that I hit 7 figures. But there was something in my mind. I want you to pay attention to this, of your inner thoughts, because they can like limit you, right? Of people celebrating you. So let me back up. Before I went, I text or sent the Voxer to my BBP, beautiful black psychologist, Dr. Roche. She went crazy. I ain't gonna say the words, but we were like a too short type moment, you know what I'm saying? So we went back and forth, amping each other up. It was super juice. I felt her feel my joy, right? My husband, he got a different way of showing it, but he still felt my joy. When I shared it with family members, some of them, I felt their joy through text. Some of them just more so were more questions, right? So I was like, all right, whatever, I'm explaining, but that's it. Then I started to like still feel excited, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to share this with other people. So one reason why I did not share it is what I wasn't ready to share it with my community. And I didn't know if it was going to be released before I shared it with my community. But why does that fucking matter? Excuse my language, but like I should be happy to share this milestone, right? But when you're in your head and you have a certain level mindset, which seven figures is very new to me, right? It's hard for me. I don't know what it is for you, right? So we went through the whole workshop. Every time she mentioned, "Wait, this is how many millionaires we made," da, 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 I wanted to raise my hand because I was in the front row VIP, and I wanted to raise my hand and say, "Oh, another one! Like I'm your such and such number." I couldn't raise my hand, so I walked over to her admin, her main admin, and I showed her the snapshot, and I said, "But I don't want to release it yet because I ain't released it to my community, and I don't know when I'm gonna release it." She was like, "Oh my God, congratulations! We ain't gonna say nothing." Da, da, da. Right? So I still hadn't shared it with the mentor. So after pretty much the room was clear and it was just people that were in her community or in her church, like helping her like clean up and stuff after, I stayed after because I feel like I live in Orlando too. So I stayed after and I was nervous. And I don't know why I was nervous, right? So what I end up doing once everybody moved from the table, talk about like, this is not something embarrassing. I really want y'all to feel like my emotion through the screen or through the podcast when you listen to it. I was in fear of something. And what does fear stand for? False evidence appearing real. I made a story up in my head that people wouldn't share my joy. I made up a story in my head that people would not show the level of excitement that I had in my head, right? And be okay with playing out a visual of how you want people to react and respond when you hit a goal. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But somehow in my head, I'm like, they ain't gonna be as happy as me. So I'm gonna downplay my joy. Are you kidding me? But I didn't realize this until after I did a debriefing after, right? So it was my turn to go up. I want a picture with y'all so I can compare it to like 7 years ago or whatever, right? Same pose, stand behind him and smile. So did that. And then I said, oh, I got to show y'all something. So everybody moved from the table. I slid them and just dropped my phone on the picture. I mean, on the table. I kid you not. They both literally almost fell out of their seats. And that's when I knew like, yo, this is deep. Like they're sharing my joy. Okay. So put a one in the comment box if you can still hear me. I just want to check in because something is happening with my Wi-Fi and I don't know. I just want to make sure y'all can still hear me. Jade, my team member, if she's listening, am I still good? Put it in Slack. All right. So I'm going to keep going. So what I end up doing is sharing with them. They almost lost their seats and they shared with me the biggest like joy cheerleading. Oh my God, that's a big deal. She was like, why you didn't say nothing? I would have shout you out in front of everybody. And I'm like, oh, like I'm a big deal or whatever. Like it was not conceptualizing, right? So then because everybody heard them going like bananas at the table, they were like, what happened, TK? What happened, TK? So I'm like, and I kind of whispered it like, so I just like shared it with them. They went crazy. Like we won in the lottery up in this joint, maybe not the 1.9 billion in California, but so it was exciting. And so gathered my items, 10 o'clock at this point, walking back to my hotel room. Soon as I hit my car, I called my husband. I don't even think I made it to the car. I told him, I said, I feel like I'm about to cry, but I'm gonna try to hold it together, but I don't even know why I need to hold it together. And this is what I want y'all to hear from this. I told my husband, I said, I just had the biggest aha moment in life in this season. I just sat in a full 6 to 8 hour conference talking about abundance mindset, seven figure. You deserve to win. You deserve whatever you want and whatever you put your mind to, but you got to believe that you can win. You got to celebrate yourself before other people celebrate you. I'm taking all the nuggets, got my type notes organized, but I minimized exactly what I was taught in the moment at the end of the conference. And that's when I realized, damn, I still got work to do. I don't care how much money I make. I still have work to do. I don't need no more strategy. I don't need no more solutions. Not today. I need to fix my mindset because I am going to make more than $1 million in a year. But I won't be able to do that successfully if I don't get my mind right. So I hope that y'all really heard that, because if you're not paying attention, like my stomach started to hurt. And that's when I knew something ain't right. And it was like I stood still when I was walking to my car, and it was like, ding, ding, ding. You playing yourself. You playing yourself. So I'm glad that y'all got that message. Okay, so let's keep going. Number 5, don't spend all the money that you make, invest it back. So one of my investments clearly was going to the conference. I paid $1,000 plus a first class ticket, plus enjoying myself at Walt Disney World CEO retreat. Hello, having fun. I paid for damn near a $4,000 trip just to be in the room. I didn't go to get no strategy. I didn't go to get no damn workbook. Some people come to my programs like, where the workbook? Where the workbook? Where are you? Are you showing up? Are you doing your homework? Are you going to log into the portal to do the workbook? Are you going to show up to the coaching call and ask a question? Or are you going to just sit there and watch me talk? You can do that on replay. You can just listen to the podcast and just soak up a little bit of free nuggets for that. But invest it back and get your tangible and intangible ROI back. Number 6, pay myself consistently. I earned it. When you don't pay yourself, you do not reap the rewards of your hard work and labor, for that matter, especially as a CEO, entrepreneur, business owner, whatever you call yourself, right? People sit here and say, I want time freedom. Boo, it's not coming on the first day that you leave your job. You are it. You got to do everything that HR did, that the tax person did, that the payroll person did, that the organizational person did. You got to do everything, and you still got to see clients. So pay yourself consistently to know that you are worth it. Okay. Number 7, hire a good CPA and money team. Period. Hire a good CPA, not just go to a tax professional. Hire a certified professional accountant in your state that knows how to handle your level of money and that will not downplay how much money you want to make. I literally just met with another CPA firm because I fired another one. I'm like, yo, y'all keep handing me off to new people. Don't the next person don't know what the last person said. That's not how I get down. I'm not paying you thousands of dollars each quarter for y'all not to know what the hell I just told the last person. That's dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, dumb. And I'm done. Okay, yes, I did say that. I didn't say that to them, but I'm just saying it in my soul. Right? So I finally found somebody. That person fits my energy. They fit my vibe. They boutique style. They don't even work with everybody. Right? But I got to know them through another connection. And then we had a consultation call last week, and we meshed so well, specifically because they not sitting here telling me that because I made $1 million across like 18 to 20 months. If I sit there and say I want to make $3 million in a year, they're not about to shoot me down. They're about to give me these reports and tell me what I need to do to make that money. And then I need to implement all these strategies that I paid for in these coaching programs over the last 7+ years, period. So get a good money team that can support you and that can cheer you. And last lesson before I talk about this conference and take any questions and go over to the comment box is lesson 8. Have a fire ass team that wants to see you win, because when you win, all y'all win. It's not your company. It's our company. It's y'all company. Stop saying I. If you keep saying I, don't nobody want to work with I ass people. You feel me? Like, have a culture for your company. I don't care if it's you plus one person. It's us. We. Sometimes you'll see emails. It may see I or me if it's something like this, like I'm going live. Yeah, shit, I'm here. Right? But when I say we as branding for abundance, it's we. Okay? So put on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you enjoy the information and the takeaways before I drop this information about this conference? Because y'all know I've been waiting to drop some more details. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you enjoy the information? I see messages coming through. So Fruitful Life, I received all of that message. Kelly holding that was the truth. I call myself a Lajifa. Yes. Okay. So I see the 10s coming through. Thanks for the love. All right. So the moment you've all been some of y'all been waiting for. All right. So when it rains, it pours in California, boy. So not only did I already schedule this live, but I took it off my calendar because I'm like, I ain't got this contract, but I know it's got to hit on Monday or Tuesday for those of you who were live with me last week. So I check my email at 11 o'clock. You know, I'm dramatic, right? So I check my email at like 11:15. I low-key checked it after. The email for the contract, y'all, hit the account at 11 o'clock and some change, right? Your girl signed the contract. Your girl put the credit card information there, take the money. Why? Because we about to turn up at the Palms. So this is what I'm going to do first. Okay. I am going to share the screen. I did this with DTA this morning, but I got hella extra. I got an extra bonus for that. I'm about to curse. so, so let me share the screen and I want to show y'all the extra bonus. Okay. So let me make sure I scroll to the top before okay. So can y'all see this? All right. So this is the enrollment page for the conference. Mark down the dates, October 20th and 21st at the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas. Okay. So I ain't going to read all this to y'all, but you can read it to see if it's for you. All right. I've been talking about it long enough. But bottom line is, if you're ready to go past growth by October next year, meaning you can just be starting your private practice and be ready, right? Then you want to show up to this conference. Okay. So I'm going to scroll past all of this detail that you should be reading. My internet tripping again. And if you want, you can just click register now. It'll take you right to the bottom. Okay. So you'll see here where it says pay in full and payment plan. You get the exact same thing no matter how you pay. Okay. Bonuses. You get a Black Friday sales funnel execution guide. You also get in September, we're going to do either at the end of August, beginning of September, we're going to do a pre-call together on Zoom. And the pre-call is going to teach you how to build out your product suite or at least start to brainstorm it. Because I want you to walk into the room with one product in mind. Okay. We're going to have a post call at least 3 weeks after the conference. This is very different as a group that we're going to do because I want you all to hold yourself accountable with what you said you were going to do when you left that conference. Okay. So this, we talked about this before. You have the pre-bonus and you have the post bonus. These are some FAQs. I would encourage you to open it and read it. Okay. Now, what you've been waiting on. Y'all ready? You can enroll tonight. So let me show you how. Now, an email is going to go out in the morning, like 8 o'clock or something. I don't know. Right? So this is the deal. The price has not changed. It's $88 for 9 months. You can always email us and pay it off in full early if you would like in 2023, right? There's only 100 spots. Or you can pay in full at $777. Now, the content that you're going to be getting at the conference, plus the experience, plus meeting me in person in Vegas, the content was actually in our VIP experience, which when we were going to have it this year with only 8 people, it would have been $3,000. What we've done is we've merged the two just to bring 100 therapists together to get it in. Okay. So this is the bonus. And I shared some of this with DTA, but I didn't know that the dang on contract was in my inbox. So we are bringing back a membership, but it's a new one. So yes, it is an amazing deal, right? So the Therapists Deserve Abundance Club. How would you like to meet monthly virtually to stay connected and to get your feet wet before you walk into that conference? So we're going to be meeting every single month starting December 10th, every second Saturday of the month from 10 to about 12, unless y'all got questions or something, right? You can list out here and see what you get with your membership. So it comes with a monthly session, online community via Facebook, sharing wins, no solicitation is allowed. We're going to be also talking about lifestyle, mindset, wealth, money, career and business abundance, which means you do not need to be licensed to be in this community. I met a lot of therapists at that conference that never did DTA, but they need to work on their mindset, period, before they probably join any high-level coaching program. So maybe they just need to be connected. Maybe you just need to be in the room, in a virtual space, right? You also will get access to an online course portal, and we'll give you access right before the call, like the week of the call. You'll also get access to leverage community. So students like my ECM students, people that were in my other masterminds, we're going to be bringing in guest speakers to up the value with the information that you are learning as it relates to just whole life abundance. So we're not just focused on business, we're focused on your whole life. Put a 1 in the comment box if you like, damn. Okay. So the Early bird special, I don't want to say Black Friday, is only attached to the conference. Okay. When you register for the conference, it doesn't matter if you do the payment plan or pay in full. You can become a founding member for not $111 that is going to show up for next year, but only $44 per month. So I'm going to show you how to check out. Let's just say you do the 9-month payment plan. You click $88. Okay, I want y'all to follow these instructions, y'all. I don't want to be doing no refunds. Like I forgot I mixed the wrong thing up. Put in your credit card information. Read this information and make sure it's a good fit for you, right? If you do it monthly, you can cancel anytime. So look what happens. When I click upgrade, I'm gonna scroll to the bottom. It adds $88 plus $44. Two different subscriptions. The conference, though, there is no refund. Like once you secure your spot, you come in. Okay, like there's no money back. So make sure you can go on October 20th and 21st. Okay, now you saw me scroll past something. This is the extra thing that I was referencing. So something got me thinking, damn, a lot of people want to lock in with us for a whole year, right? So let me just clarify. Question came up in the comment box. $88 for 9 months, or so the first thing you need to do is check how you want to pay for the conference. Do you want to pay in full $777, because the price is going up. The actual sticker price is $1,111. It's going to continue to increase as we get closer, like in 2023, right? In the spring, specifically January 1st. So $777 right now. If you want to do 9-month payment plan because you just want to take it easy as we go through the holiday, understandable, or you got $88, then do the payment plan. You can always email us and say, can I pay off my balance? Not a big deal. So let's just say you choose the $88 payment plan. And you're like, damn, but I don't want to just like meet with them all the way September. Because mind you, we're not double dipping in DTA. We're not double dipping in the mastermind. This content is nothing like what's in those programs that came up in our call today. Like we ain't talking about private practice. You need to go to DTA for that, right? So let's just say you do the $88. You put in your credit card information, but you're not done. If you want to do the monthly membership, you can either say, I just want to pay $44 per month. You'll still be a founding member. You can cancel at any time. Okay. Or, and you're going to save a good amount of money doing $44, like $600 plus or something crazy, right? That is low-key a Black Friday special. But, I'm extra. So I went in and said, hell, let's give them a whole year. Fire me up, put a 2 in the comment box. If y'all fired up, like, come on through, TK. So I'm like, let's just go all in. So I've been spending the last 3 hours building out this damn funnel, right? So bottom line is you get to be part of the club. And if you want to do an annual membership, meaning it renews every year, but you can cancel after a year if you would like, but it takes you through this December to next December, then it goes from the regular rate of like 111. Remember, you would have been paying, $1332. Even if you do 44 monthly, you still paying more. Your girl gonna give it to you for $334 for the whole goddamn year. Now, please note, the minimum that I've seen from what I'm giving that's comparable is at minimum $1,000 annually. Am I lying? Y'all know I ain't lying, right? So this is what you're gonna do. You're going to choose $777 or $88 for the conference. Then you're going to scroll past this little $44 unless you just want to do monthly. That's cool. And you're just going to say, you know what, just lock me in for the whole year. So then you just click it. And look, 88, 334. So you need 422. All right. So this will not be up forever. It's going to run through, since y'all are watching, it's going to run through Black Friday. It's going to run through Black Friday. This 334 situation. Our first call is December 10th. So just note, it ain't going past December 10th. That's what I will tell you. Now, a question came up here. Let me give y'all the link. A question came up earlier. What was it? Last week. Can I join the membership and not go to the conference? You can. That link will not be dropped right now. It will be dropped during Black Friday, and it will not be $44, nor will it be $334. Okay, it will be under $100 for Black Friday, but it will be nowhere near $44. So let me just put it like this: those who are going to the conference at minimum get 60% off. Right. So here's the link. Like, sign me up. All right. So Here's the link for tonight, but it'll be in your inbox in the morning. Okay. It'll be another link though. So this is the link just for tonight because I just needed to create a short version for y'all to get to this page so you can see it on the screen. Okay. So our team can drop it in YouTube, but if you go to drtk.com/, just put in 7 figs. 7 figs. I don't even think you got to put the little backspace, but 7 figs. Okay. Then you will be able to register for the conference tonight. You can register tomorrow. You can register Black Friday. You can register as long as the spots are available. But please note, even just the conference alone, 777, will go up and then it will go up. It's 3 different increments. It's going to max out at 1111. So please don't wait until 2023, like spring break or something, and then say, damn, I saw it for 777 and I really should have got it for 1111. I saw it. I was on your live. Can I get it? No. Right? Fast action. Secure your spot. So does anyone have any questions? Okay. If you want to just check out the page, this is what I would do. I would go to the link tonight and then open up your email tomorrow. I will go and read through the whole enrollment page. Know what the hell you're signing up for. Okay. Talk to your therapist friends. Don't join nothing by yourself. Right. And connect. Some of y'all are returnees for the conference for this year. Come on back because the content is completely different anyway. Those of you who went to the VIP experience, it ain't nothing like being in a room with 99 other people versus 7. Let's be all the way real. You can register tonight. All you got to do is go to that link. So if you go to, here, let me show you. So if you go to, hold on, let me just show you so we can wrap up. So Chrome tab, window. So this is what it's going to look like. You see here, drtk.com/7 figs. Now don't go to my website because you ain't going to find it. It's a hidden link and it will be hidden at midnight tonight. Like it's just going to reroute to like a longer URL. I just didn't want to put that long URL on the screen because you need to know how to type it out. So if you go to drtk.com/7 figs, all you got to do is click this and it's going to take you to the same page. It's just see this long URL, drtk.com, SAM card, products, TDA, that's too long. It'll take you to the same page, read through the email. Okay. And if you have any questions, this is what I would encourage you to do. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Please forgive me if I take a while to respond, specifically because if we're not interacting, Instagram likes to put you in the junk email box with people out this country who are spamming me. Okay. But shoot me a DM. You're going to see something drop on Instagram tomorrow as well. So comment on the bottom of the picture or something, and then I'll send you a message. All right. So yes, you can register tonight. drtk.com/. Come on through, Kelly. Come on, secure your seat. Come on through. Panelists. She was on our panel this year. Y'all did a phenomenal job. And Sharon still big wins, right? So come on through, secure your seat. So yeah, when y'all secure your seat, check your emails. Also note, when you sign up for the conference, you're going to get one receipt with everything that you got, but you're going to get 2 different emails for the conference and for the club. Okay. So one email will say, welcome to the Therapist Deserve Abundance Club. Say, do this, like join our Facebook group kind of thing. And then we'll keep you posted because our first call isn't until December 10th. Right. If you join the conference as well, or just the conference by itself, you're going to get an email. Please, please make sure that you complete the registration now for the conference. The registration requires your basic information. We are going to be mailing something to people who also are our founding members I got y'all a cute mug, and it's not in my store. But those who join as a founding member, we're going to be mailing you a Therapists Deserve Abundance Club like member mug. And that ends on Cyber Monday. Okay. So y'all got some time, but don't wait too long because I'm releasing it to my email list tomorrow. I'm releasing it to Instagram tomorrow. I'm releasing it to my Facebook communities tomorrow. And then people are going to share it on top of share it on top of share it. Bottom line is, I'm super excited. Now that I hit one milestone, I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm on to the next, and I'm here to inspire you to hit your goals as well. Okay, so did y'all enjoy the 7-figure journey, lessons learned? This will also be on the podcast as well. We'll drip this on the podcast probably in the next 2 weeks because we have some other epic episodes that are going to drip out that, just do what I do, drop free content, right? Because I want to make sure that y'all build your businesses. But bottom line is that Abundance Club is a no-brainer. Okay. And that price will never come back again. So y'all have a great evening. I don't know what time it is where you are. I know it's 6:20 here and it's already hella dark. But you all have a great weekend. If you don't hop on this link tonight, it's okay. You will get an email tomorrow. But I would just highly encourage you, script it out. This is what I'm going to leave y'all with. Script out where you want to be by the end of next year. This is what I have students do when they want to invest. Okay. You're investing in yourself. And this is a tax write-off. So any payments that you make this year, you give it to your CPA like, yo, I invested in myself. I bought a course, even the club. I bought a membership, and then whatever payments you make next year goes on next year's tax thing. Okay. So make sure you keep your receipts. Hello. But I want you to script out where you want to be next year. And based on where you want to be next year, I want you to identify who do you need to connect to or with to reach that goal. What kind of communities do you need to be connected to? What mentor or type of person do you need to be connected to? Who do you need to hire? What systems do you need to invest in or learn? What strategy or skill set do you need to learn or adopt? Okay. And those should tell you based on offers that are presented in front of you, especially during Black Friday. Don't just buy stuff because it's $10. If you're not going to finish the course, don't buy the $10 product. I'd rather, this is how I feel. I'm not going to buy 5 $10 products that won't serve me when, yeah, I'm going to pay $1,000, but I know that I'm about to put in that work and it's exactly what's in my script. So invest in you the correct way. And if you didn't do it this year, start now. All right. So I will see y'all on Instagram or DTA. We have a call in 2 weeks. For those of you who are tuning into YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I am halfway through my goal on YouTube as well. I met one milestone, so I'm hitting the next one, and I'm super excited to do that. But I definitely love your engagement, and I love your attentiveness tonight. Can't even talk, right? Now I'm gonna go attend to this little 4-year-old upstairs because I hear him already. You all have a great night. Come on now, Fruitful Life Counselor. Look, I know her face now. Look, so I'm like, sometimes I can't see when y'all got y'all business, name up, but I know y'all run name. So, all right, come on through, y'all. So it's another year of alumni. All these alumni from the conference are signing up because they already know, and y'all already know with Vegas. That is like the city that never sleeps. So we about to turn all the way up and get prepared to turn up and have fun. All right, y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all somewhere virtually and or in one of the programs. And of course, at the conference, share it with your friends. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye.